Hey, what's going on, y'all? I just want to talk to you real quick about something, if you don't mind. This is not clickbait. I'm dead serious when I say in the title about needing prayer, needing wisdom on a situation. Don't really know how to go about doing this or having even sparking this conversation. If you know directly after hearing what I'm about to say, if you have if you've directly had to deal with this, or if you know someone directly had to deal with this, well, if you know directly, then please give your input on it. If you don't know directly, if you never had to deal with this, but you know of someone who did, please share this video with them, and so then they can, maybe give some wisdom on it or whatever, or just be in prayer for us. But either way, this is legit. So I'm gonna tell a quick little story. So I'm at work the other day, and one of my coworkers, and he's white, and that's important. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. I'm saying it for a reason. So he's white. He comes to me and he says, "Hey, Carlos, I want to tell you something, and I think you'll like this, right?" And so I'm like, "All right, cool, go ahead." And so he proceeds to tell me how him and his family were driving around, and this car kind of cuts them off, right? And like most people, he got upset. He's like, "Hey, you jerk," or whatever he said. He's a cool cat, so I don't know. I really can't imagine him blowing up too much, but he said something, right? And so then they keep driving, whatever, and they get to the red light, and he's able to pull up next to that car. And as he pulls next to the car, he sees that it's a black man, right? And his daughter, I forgot how old she is, but she's decently young. She sees that it's a black man as well, and immediately kind of gets emotional. And she's like, "Dad, you can't yell at him." And of course, he's like, "Why can't I yell at him?" And she goes on this rant, right, of how African Americans have been treated throughout history. How this is her saying how we had dogs sicked on us, how we sprayed with water hoses, and beaten through slavery, and just this whole the Jim Crow law, segregation. She kind of just goes to this whole spiel, and she's very emotional as she's talking to her dad, and I think his wife might have been in the car as well. I'm not certain, but and she's very emotional, and she's going through it, explaining Black history, and the bad part of Black history, and how how we've been oppressed, and so on and so forth. She just goes into great detail, and of course, one thing that's so cool about him is that I know that one, he's not that kind of dude, but he didn't see necessarily color or race or ethnicity. I always mess that word up, sorry, but he just saw a jerk cut him off. You know what I'm saying? I fully get that, real talk. And so he tried to explain to his daughter, but she wasn't really trying to hear it. And I thanked him for that. And I said, what, that's cool. I said, well, one, I praise God that, you guys had that kind of conversation, that, the school that she goes to, took the time to, share that information with her, and, whatever, in the class, I'm assuming, as a whole. And it just, it blessed my heart. I'm not going to lie. It blessed my heart to know that kind of conversation is being had, right? And so I thanked them for that. But in the midst of that, I also said to him, and there was a couple of coworkers there as well, and I said, although I loved hearing that, man, it hurts my heart because I dread that conversation with my daughters, right? I dread sitting there, and I've thought about this for a while, and I dread it with all that's in me. Oh, man, I dread it. I dread sitting down with my daughters and talking to them about our history, as far as the slavery is concerned, as far as segregation, Jim Crow laws, just all that, right? And here's mainly why. So we go to, and I've said this before many times, we go to a predominantly white church, right? I would say literally maybe 95% of the church is white, which hey, that's our family. We love them, but we have no desire to leave that church for any reason. They just love us. It's one of those places where people say we don't see color. They really don't see color. They love us like ain't nothing. Hey, it's whatever. It's beautiful. But so we go there, and so my daughter, she's around, when we're at church, for instance, she's around majority white people. Me and the wife was talking the other day, like how most of her cartoons. So she likes Barbie. Barbie's white. There's some black Barbies, but for the most part, Barbie's white. There's this other cartoon, Martha. I think she's Russian or something, but she looks white. There's just most of the cartoons that my daughter watches outside of Barney. I don't know what Barney is. He's purple. Whatever. The point is, most of the cartoons or the interactions that both my daughters have is with white people. All right, and so I don't want to have this talk with my daughters, right? And they automatically, and like they're friends. Like our pastor, who he's a mentor to me. I love him dearly. His niece, she's white, and they've been talking about for weeks about having a slumber party or sleepover or something. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it, but they've been talking about having that. And so, so my point is, my kids are around a lot of white people, right? But I don't want them to ever have this we have this talk, right? And they're like, oh wait, so this colored person did my color people this way, and all of a sudden now she has this animosity. Both my daughters have this beef per se with white people, right? And I don't know how to deal with that. And this is why it's another reason why this is kind of sincere to me. So about 2 months ago or so, around that time, me and my oldest, her name's Olivia, we was on the bed. We just talking, just having father-daughter talk, having a great time, tickling the whole nine. And in the midst of our conversation, she grabs her arm and she's doing this, right? She's pulling her arm. And I said, Mama, I say Mama, I call her Mama. I said, Mama, what are you doing? And she goes, 1 second, so sorry. Oh, there's a car coming. She said, I'm trying to get this costume off. All right, sorry about that. She said, I'm trying to get this costume off. And I said, costume? I said, Mama, what are you talking about? And she's pulling at her arm, her skin. And she's like, this costume, I'm trying to get it off. And I said, Mama, that's not a costume. That's your skin. I said, and I immediately caught up to where she was going, and I was like, no, Mama, you're black. And I said, you're beautifully black. Nothing wrong with the white people as well, but you're black and you're beautiful for how you are. And that touched my heart. It bothered me. It hurt my heart that we had to have that conversation. She was 4 at the time. And so then my wife tells me a story about, so I told Teresa about it. I was like, babe, we just had an interaction. And my wife said, yeah, I was going to tell you. So the other day she was sitting on the couch and she's grabbing her hair and she's pulling her hair because in her mind said that this is a wig, right? Because her hair and her skin didn't match those people she's surrounded by. Her hair, her skin didn't match the people on TV. And so she's basically thinking she has a costume on, has a wig on, and once she get this stuff off her, then she'll look and be just like them, right? And this is around the same time when I don't even know the full detail of the story. I really don't care to know. There was a black girl on the news. Basically, she was young lady, but she basically just going off about how filthy black people are and they smell and they're ugly and whatever. And when I heard the brief details I have about that, immediately I thought, maybe she grew up around a lot of white people and she saw white people as beautiful people and her people was ugly. Was it her environment? Was it her parents? I don't know the background story of the situation. I just know that she said that, and immediately my mind went to that, and I just kind of spazzed out thinking that my daughter could possibly grow up to be that way as well. And so my sister-in-law, praise God, had a beautiful daughter. And so my wife and the girls went down and stayed with her mom, with my mother-in-law, and helped out with the baby. Got her, it's her first kid, and so helped her, get her situated and everything. And so she's down there, and my mother-in-law goes to a predominantly black church, and so that Sunday comes around, and they go to church and everything, and my daughter sees girls that look like her. And my daughter says to her, wow, I like your hair. Your hair is pretty, it's beautiful, or whatever she said. And the girl's looking at her like, we have the same kind of hair. And so, and then she just had a great time. And she's, this is my oldest, I'm sorry. Yeah, my point, I think you see where I'm going. My point is like, I don't know how to deal with this. And this is just me being 100 with you. I don't know what to do. I don't know, outside of prayer, of course. Prayer is top, priority. But I don't know. Moving is not an option because well, it's always an option, but it's not where we're at because we love our church. We love the city of Chattanooga, period. I have I have one good job. I have two jobs, but one is I really enjoy going to every morning. You know, so moving is not necessarily the option. And we definitely ain't leaving churches. That's not going to happen. And I don't want to necessarily have my daughter on play dates with black family just so she can be black. You know what I'm saying? As corny as that may sound, that's not, you know, where I'm geared at or whatever. But other than those options, they're moving to like Columbus, Georgia, which we have family that we love them. Like they don't even understand how much we love and miss them. But we, you know, moving to Columbus, Georgia, where there's a semi variety, or moving with my dude to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where he just got a pastor position where it's definitely a mix of, you know, Haitians and Caucasians and that rhymes, sorry, but Haitians, Caucasians, and Hispanics, and so on and so forth, Cubans, the whole nine. Just a variety of people that they can see, you know. So there's the option there, and but other than that, I don't know, like I said, outside of prayer, what to do in this situation here. I don't know, and it bothers me because her being 5, she's starting school this year, Lord willing. Yeah, I think it's September, August, whenever school starts, she'll be in school, and the question's gonna come up. It's gonna present itself, and I don't know how to do what to do, and so I'm sincerely asking anybody who's experienced this already, or if you know of someone who did, or you just want to throw your 2 cents out what to do, please feel free to leave a comment on YouTube or on my Facebook or my Instagram, wherever, whatever. Just let me know, you know, where your head is at, and yeah, I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening. Please let me know what you think. All right.